Hi and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health and fitness and mindset from where you are right now to becoming unstoppable. And you are cruising with me in the car today as I'm going to pick up my girls from school because I've been desperately looking for pockets of time to record this particular episode of the podcast. And I have been so flat out since 5:30 this morning that I literally haven't had time to find any space. I haven't had any time for myself at all today, and I'm about to head into a super busy afternoon, back to back from 4:30 p.m. through to 9 p.m. tonight, back to back with coaching sessions and meetings. So that kind of inspired me to today's topic, and that is finding that new level. And I am now the busiest I've ever been in my entire life, and certainly busier than I've been in my business right now. And why is that? Well, part of it is caused by COVID and being locked down for so long that people are crawling out of the woodwork now as we head into the start of, it's Tuesday on the day of recording this, it's Tuesday on the second week of us starting to get out of lockdown. And people are starting to, they've just had their first weekend of freedom, of being able to travel outside the 25-kilometre radius from their home. And Christmas is coming around. We've had 18 days in a row now with 0 cases, and people are starting to think about that normal way of life. And as we say that, we also live with that knowledge of knowing what a delicate balance it is, because our neighbouring state, Adelaide, has now, I think it's up to 20 cases of COVID, where it had none for so long. And now all of a sudden it's got 20, and the border isn't shut between Adelaide and Victoria, so there is a chance that it could come back here and it just light up like wildfire again. So I think people are out there enjoying it right now. My feeling is that we could be shut down again. We were open for 2.5 weeks last time, so we're into week 2, the start of week 2. I'm hoping we can get way beyond it and get into the rest of the year. But every single day right now, I'm taking on new clients, fielding inquiries that are coming through Instagram, Facebook, text message, website inquiries, you name it, emails. They're coming from every possible source, and that's awesome. It's an awesome problem to have. I'm just so back to back. I just stepped out for a few minutes to go to the supermarket to pick up some things for the kids' lunches this week. And while I was at the cash register, a phone call came in. Then I got a text message on the way to the supermarket. Keep in mind that the supermarket is a 2-minute drive. I got 3 text messages. I've got Facebook messages waiting there for me. Today I've had, before I had a chance to stop and go through them all, I'd had 10 messages on my phone from people that want to do things with me or reschedule, a client that wants to reschedule or something like that. It's just incredibly busy. And COVID's part of it, but also because I prepared myself during COVID for this time, I'm ready for it, and it's exciting. Last week I worked a 90-hour week just because I'm so busy, and there are still so many additional things that I could be doing. Like I'm starting to prepare the marketing material for Christmas, because we're the 15th or 16th of December today, 16th, and so, or was it the 17th? Gosh, I don't even know. I think it's the 17th today. And so I've got to get ready for my Christmas promotions, and I know what I want to do for that. but I've got to get ready for it. And so I'm thinking about that next level of performance. And before I expand my team too much, I need to make sure that we don't, we're going to stay out of lockdown. But so I don't want to be in a situation where I'm taking on new people and then saying, sorry, I don't have the work for you because we're being shut down. So I want to sustain this for a bit, see what we can get happening into next year with the post-COVID, in 2020, and see what it's going to look like in 2021. More promising news about vaccines again today. So maybe by March next year, they start to roll out in a huge way the vaccine, and that can help really knock this worldwide, so we can start to get back to that normal as we used to know it. It's got me to challenge my existing thinking and finding that next level, because there was a time when I was thinking about, gosh, I need to hit this certain number of sales a month, and for years I could never get there. And then I kept focusing on it, and I would get close to that number, and then, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 for you, let's just pick 20 as a number and say, okay, well, I'm focusing on 20, but I'm getting to 15. And then sometimes it's 14, sometimes it's 16, maybe 17, 18, something like that. And you're thinking, wow, why am I not crushing it? And what I realized was that my thinking was capped at 20, or whatever the number was. I'm just picking a number. And I was finding when I would get close to that number, I would back off. And I'd be like, oh yeah, things feel pretty good here. I'm close. That's good. I'm comfortable with this. And that was the problem. Comfortable. I was comfortable with it. And then something happened, and I just changed my thinking around it. And I said, why am I thinking about 20? Why don't you think about 25 or 30, for instance? And when I did that, I all of a sudden realized that I was exceeding it without even really knowing it, because I was focusing, exceeding my previous number, because I was focusing on something much bigger. And I think that's something that we tend to do a little bit too much of, focusing on that bigger thing, but maybe it's not big enough. Maybe we are focusing on something big, but if we focused on that bigger thing, then we're easily going to achieve that smaller, bigger thing, if that makes sense. And it's interesting, because I've been so focused in building, growing, doing things differently, I, to be frank, haven't been tracking my numbers as well as I should have. And this happened a little while ago. And then when I started to, I thought, oh man, I better just see how things are going. I had realized that I had passed my previous cap by 50%. And I was like, holy crap. I've been focusing on the wrong thing for too long. And when I started to focus higher, things changed. So like right now, when we were going through COVID, I thought, right, what I need to do is focus on all of these things, because we're not going to live like this forever. And I'm going to get to the stage where I'm like, I wish I had spent my time doing these things to change X, Y, Z, create these programs, create these automated, systemized ways of doing things. I wish I had have done those then. And because I then spent that time doing those things, now, guess what? They're already done. I went to do something, so I thought, oh man, I've got to do this and explain this. And I thought, hang on a second. Now I've already done that. I completely changed it. I automated that process. So all I need to do is grab the link, bang, send it to them. The rest is taken care of. And that happened by virtue of me building or rebuilding my websites. And now that we're out of it, and things are flowing thick and fast, it's like, bring it on. You know, I'm now looking at changing my whole business model to make my sessions more fuller, and moving away from some of my sessions being one-on-one to just putting more people into those sessions where it's allowed in, you know, a COVID-safe environment. And so where's all that come from? Just a different level of thinking. And it's only through what we've gone through in the past that's made me realise that, I need to approach this differently. I need to think differently. I need to think higher level. I need to not be so comfortable around my numbers and aim higher, make them more uncomfortable targets, and just work your butt off until you get there. So I've been so busy this week that I haven't had a chance to confirm my numbers. In fact, for the last probably 10 days. And I've taken on so many new clients that I really don't know the positive impact that it's had on the cash flow. So I've got to find some space in the next day. I won't have any time today. Hopefully grab some time tomorrow where I can really sit down and analyze that and say, okay, this is where you are going to get to with these clients. Now, how do we go to that next level? How do we push even beyond that 20 and 25 and make it, well, maybe should I be aiming for 35? Should it be 50? What's the difference to get you from here to get to 50? We still have so much uncertainty, but sometimes there are these opportunities that present themselves here and now that we need to take by the scruff of the neck. There are so many people that are desperate to be changing their health right now. And if I'm not in a position to change them right now, start working with them right now, then that opportunity is gone. If I don't scale things now to get them great results by the end of this year, then we're not going to have the same result next year. I don't know what January is going to look like. January in Australia, certainly in my state, is the quietest time in health and fitness because people are travelling away, people are not focused, they're in holiday mode, they don't want to work out. But then there are some people, like if it was me, for instance, I'd be going to the gym more often. I would be more focused because I've now got this time, this freedom, so I'd be spending more time with that. But I realise I'm in that 1% and not everybody has my mindset. So we don't know what it's going to look like because, like I just said, we are, 6 weeks out from Christmas. Well, actually, it's probably 5 weeks out. The kids have got 3 weeks of school left, less than 3 weeks. And we've just gone out of our first weekend of freedom. People are booking up holidays all around Australia where they can travel into other states. Domestically within Victoria, they're also booking a lot of those out. So there's very little accommodation left. It's all being booked out. Somebody told me that yesterday, a new client that I picked up, they were looking to book into a caravan park, and it was in a local island, Phillip Island, down near me. And I don't know. I assume the caravan park could take, let's just say it's 100 people or 100 spots. They said they had 3,600 inquiries in a couple of hours for the Christmas New Year period. And it's great for them because they've been hard hit as well. But it just goes to show you how hard it is to get in. So does that mean that people aren't going to be travelling away? Maybe. Maybe it means that. Maybe it means more people will be travelling away because they can. We don't know. We don't know what the weather's going to be like. Is it going to be a super hot January? Is it going to be a miserable January? Are we going to have bushfires? So, we don't know. Are we going to be locked down again? So there is no Christmas, there is no travel because of the disaster of COVID has come back for another lockdown for us. We just don't know. So we can't plan for that. What we can do is, you can plan what it means to you and you can put back in place the pre-COVID things and be streaming services and doing all that kind of stuff, moving people to an online way of training and coaching. But you essentially have to, keep focusing on how you can grow the business. What can you do differently? How can you keep succeeding? One of the things that COVID has made me realize is that I'm good at coaching people. Forget about the training side of it. I can create a program for somebody, but just in terms of creating a program for someone, I can easily do that. But I mean in terms of just coaching them to success. So talking to them about food, talking to them about the mindset, doing all those things, that's where I've been getting some massive breakthroughs recently. So my conversations are deeper, they're more meaningful, but I'm forming more connectivity through that as well. So I am taking on more clients where I'm just having conversations with them. It doesn't involve doing physical training with them. They're not turning up to my studio and coaching them that way. It's over the phone, it's over Zoom, it's coaching them that way, interstate, country Victoria, around the globe. It doesn't matter where they are, we work with them that way. And that has only come about because of COVID. Because a belief thing, I guess. Before, I didn't have that self-belief that, do you know what, you can do this for other people. Even though I knew that I had the skills and ability, I guess I didn't have the belief that I could sell it to people. And so with that mindset change as well, now I'm working in so many different avenues. That's where I'm picking up, different clients. And then there is just more and more opportunity coming all the time. You open up one door and another one opens behind that one. The feedback that I've been getting about the Jillian Michaels interview has been fantastic. People that I haven't heard of are saying, wow, I saw that interview with Jillian Michaels. Gee, how did you hook up with her? That was really cool. It was a great interview. People are curious. Like JT says, branding. Branding is so important. And the more work that I'm doing, the better the results people are getting, the more things I'm doing, the more successful. And those numbers that I was originally thinking about, man, how will I ever get to this? They just become a distant memory because you've not only passed them, you have surpassed them by more than 50%, and you continue to grow at a great rate. But it all comes from having that mindset and having that commitment to get to that next level. It's really exciting, and I'm seeing it and feeling it through myself, and it's a wonderful journey. And does it come at the expense of 90 hours of work a week? Well, it does for right now, but I have resigned myself to the fact that, okay, this next 6 weeks is going to be super busy. Over Christmas, there's going to be some quiet times in there. That'll give me a chance to work on the business more then, but also to have a little rest for myself as well. And then we'll see. January could be even busier. Who knows? But there's never a time to take your foot off. And this is the time to work. This is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and just work your butt off. Take the opportunities, make the opportunities, and keep rising for that greater version of you and what you can do. So reach for it. You've got it. I'll see you tomorrow.